Hi, and welcome back, riders. As many of you already know, the 2025 season has officially kicked off here at Six Flags Over Texas. But before this season even started, I realized something. There's a really big piece of 2024 magic that I forgot to say goodbye to. So, without further ado, here it is. My big Holiday in the Park review video. In today's video, I'll be taking you through all of the dazzling lights, festive foods, and spectacular entertainment that made Holiday in the Park so special last year. So, from Frost to bread bowls, I'm here to give my little opinion on everything that the park had to offer. Whether you missed out on getting to attend or you just want to relive the magic, I'm here to cover it all. One of my personal favorite features of the 2024 event was the sheer amount of entertainment offerings that we got. In total, there were 7 shows all scattered throughout the park for guests to stop and watch during the day. Each of these shows focused on a different aspect that makes the holidays unique to each individual person. From the toe-tapping dancing that you got over at Polar Party to the amazing circus acts that you got to experience at Frost, there was something truly unique and magical about each production that we got to see this year. If you happen to find yourself near the tree stage at all during your trip to Holiday in the Park last year, you very well may have gotten to witness the first show on our list, the Holly Jolly Trolley. This show brought timeless Christmas classics to life through the world of song and dance. Over the course of about 12 minutes, the audience was taken away on a whimsical trolley adventure filled with classic songs, energetic dancing, and plenty of holiday cheer. Now, I had the pleasure of getting to see this show multiple different times on multiple different occasions, and I will be the first to admit that I think it was spectacular every single time that I watched it. Not once did I watch it and think, "Ooh, last time it was a little better." No, every single time I watched it, I loved it. One of my other favorite aspects, other than, of course, the amazing song and dance, was the timeless costumes. They were absolutely so cute and so fun and did so well helping transport you back in time on the Holly Jolly Trolley. Now, riddle me this. What do you get when 5 very lively elves lose their way to a retelling of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas? You get 'Twas a Merry Mishap, of course. This outdoor show lasted about 13 minutes and was full of holiday chaos. A troupe of very well-meaning elves are setting out to put on their rendition of 'Twas a Night Before Christmas, but as the show's name implies, nothing really goes right. From forgotten lines to miscues to just unexpected happenings, 'Twas a Merry Mishap is a fun and enjoyable time for the whole family to sit and watch. Now, unfortunately, I only got to watch this show one time, but the single time that I watched it, I was cracking up every second. The cast was absolutely phenomenal. They were so funny with physical comedy. They were wonderful at playing off of each other's little mishaps. And all in all, I think it was a very well put together show and a great time. Polar Party was a high energy show that put a fresh and modern twist on holiday entertainment. Featuring a fun DJ and lively choreography, this show was one that if you saw it going, you would definitely want to slow down and stop and watch for a while. This show was unlike any of the others in the park this year, however, because it heavily encouraged audience participation. Throughout the duration of the show, there would be games for the children to play, followed by little holiday prizes. I only got to see Polar Party once. Every time I passed it, the energy was just absolutely electric. Everyone was engaged in the games, the dances, and just having a really good time at the Polar Party. So, like I said, even though I only saw it once, it seemed to be a really big hit this year, and I'm sure we'll see it back again for another year. The tree lighting ceremony was a must-see spectacle every single night at 2024's Holiday in the Park. Returning for another year, this event happened nightly at 6 p.m. This show combined festive song and dance with a magical countdown to the lighting of the park's ginormous Christmas tree. This heartwarming tradition always leaves families in awe at the magic of lights and performance. I think I saw this show about 3 or 4 times, and each showing was just as magical as the last. You know, there is just something so special about being able to stand under the snow and watch as everyone counts down in unity to the lighting of the big, beautiful Christmas tree. There's just something so unifying and so pleasing about it, and I love it, and I can't wait to experience it again later this year. The Mistletones made a delightful return to the 2024 Holiday in the Park festivities. These ladies brought a touch of vintage charm to last year's celebration. This talented group of 3 women harmonized perfectly as they performed Christmas carols, effortlessly blending holiday tunes with a touch of comedy. Their fun performances, filled with lighthearted humor and beautiful vocals, always had the audience tapping their feet and singing along. These ladies brought Christmas back every single day, located at the courthouse stage right next to Krampus in Paradise. I only saw this show twice, but both times I had an absolute blast. These ladies played their roles so well and their voices were absolutely angelic. The Mistletones shows were sandwiched in between karaoke, so it was the perfect opportunity for you to go to the courthouse stage, watch a wonderful show, and then have a great time with the family singing classic Christmas carols up on stage. If you were in need of a drink and a break, Boomtown Bar offered the perfect retreat. Every day, multiple times a day, you would be able to watch the Yule logs. While unfortunately I wasn't able to sit for a full show of the Yule logs, I did pass by the bar multiple times and did overhear them playing, and every time I heard them playing, I had to linger for just a little bit longer in order to sing along and get a couple more minutes of that classic Christmas vibe. I think that these 2 men are incredibly talented, and personally, I would love to see them more involved with Six Flags Over Texas this year and in the upcoming years. Now last and most certainly not least, we have Frost, a holiday cirque extravaganza. Every single day at 3, 5, and 7, Frost dazzled the Southern Palace and shocked guests with its beautiful and flawless blend of dancing and circus acts. From the breathtaking aerial performance done by AGT star Aidan Bryant that had everyone on their seats, to the lively and toe-tapping hoop skills of Gregory McElroy, Frost was a captivating spectacle. I saw this show multiple times during the season, and I loved it more and more with every viewing. The cast just really gave it their all, from the circus acts to the dancing to the crew. Everyone just really put their heart and soul into giving a performance that they knew that they could be proud of. Now, personally, I've had the pleasure of not only getting to meet, but personally speak with 2 of the cast members, and they have just been incredibly kind, and their talent just blows me away every single time I get the opportunity to speak to one of them. So I will be leaving a link down below to the full Frost show, so please, if you did not get to check it out, I highly recommend watching. Moving on past shows, let's move into one of my other favorite highlights, and that is the festive foods and drinks that Holiday in the Park had to offer last year. Now, there were so many options, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to try every single one that I wanted to, but the 2 main dishes that I did try, I thought were pretty dang good. Here's a list of all the different special menu items with the ones that I partook in circled. As you can see, I tried the bread bowl, and let me tell you, they were absolutely delicious. I was able to taste the tomato, broccoli cheddar, and the Frito pie. Every time I ordered a bread bowl, they were absolutely perfect. The dough, the bread, never too hard, never too soft. It was never soggy, and it was never gross. I think the bread bowls are a very good option for a Holiday in the Park. The other big ticket meal item that I ended up trying last year was the tamales. I had both the pork and cheese, and those, much like the bread bowls, were absolutely delicious. My only tiny complaint with the tamales, though, was the rice was quite dry, but other than that, everything was absolutely just fine. 2024's Holiday in the Park was brimming with holiday-centered activities. There was something for families to do at every single turn. One of my personal favorite little activities that Holiday in the Park had was the sheer amount of walk-around characters that roamed the park during the holiday season. These larger-than-life figures were not only a joy to interact with, but also had a fantastic sense of humor that kept everyone in the holiday spirit. Whether they were writing citations for being bad, or running from citations for being bad, All of the walk-around characters made Holiday in the Park such a memorable experience last year. Now, if you're more of a hands-on type person when it comes to festivities, Holiday in the Park offered plenty of those too. If you went on down to Crazy Horse, you could buy some cookies and decorate them with Mrs. Claus while she read you a story. Right next door in Crazy Horse, Santa himself sat ready for pictures at any moment. If you didn't fancy a visit to the big man, you could always write him a letter. At the North Pole Post Office, located where Unearthed was during Fright Fest, there was the opportunity to participate in holiday crafts and write Santa a letter himself. On the back side of the post office, you could go and get it stamped and mail it directly to the North Pole. But perhaps the most unique experience not offered in other parks that Six Flags Over Texas was lucky enough to get again last year was the Holiday House of Horrors, also known as Krampus in Paradise. This haunted house took the holiday spirit into a twisted direction as Krampus himself took over the Polynesian palm. With evil elves by his side, Krampus had transformed the tropical getaway into a chilling winter wonderland. It was a thrilling mix of holiday cheers and holiday fears, certain to leave you running and screaming for your lives. Reflecting on my experience at 2024's Holiday in the Park, it's clear that Six Flags Over Texas has finally realized what it takes to make a season special. The food was a phenomenal complement to the festive atmosphere, and the shows, particularly Frost, left a lasting impression with its stunning performances. But, just like every other year, what made this event truly unforgettable was the magical display of lights and decorations, transforming the park into a holiday hideaway. From the sparkling lights to the amazing entertainment, every detail came together to create a holiday in the park that no one involved will ever forget.